attacking. 10 kilometres to go.
Well, I'm just looking at the body language there of Luke Plapp. Is more looking over his shoulder, not to look for the whereabouts of a teammate, but just to check what else was coming, which teams were trying to swamp around the right-hand side, give the instruction to his own teammate when they're coming, push right, go back to the left, and I think he's setting himself for a big attack on this climb. He's hard to hold back, Luke Plapp, when he's excited.
He is, but you know, I've got a few guys thinking they're going to attack on this climb. Not so Leo Hayter, who'd lost nearly 8 minutes yesterday. He's now tailed to the back of the peloton and looks as though he may be ready to just ride into the finish there. We'll see.
Not long from starting that Fox Creek climb now, as we see one of the Australian national team members, Liam Walsh.
Yeah, Liam Walsh has just slipped off the back on the pressure here. He's done a good job. He's been up amongst it at the front. Bit surprised to see this rider here, though. This is Tom Paquot from Intermarché.
Yeah. Well, he's been looking after Biniam Girmay. Oh,
that's the Oka jersey, isn't it?
It is. That was Welsford doing a little bit of off-road, getting ready for Rattle Gravel on Friday.
He might be looking for the mountain bike park.
Yeah, he's been listening to Peter Mullin's commentary on gravel riding. He really mustn't do that.
We can see that the Australian national team have lost their position at the front of the group now, and they have been replaced by that Bora Hansgrohe team. It's great to see Sam Welsford up there. Looks like he's ready to tackle this climb.
Welcome back to the Santos Tour Down Under. Over the top of the Fox Creek climb, it's the Australian champion Luke Plapp on the charge with former teammate Jonathan Narvaez. Let's get back to the commentary team.
Yeah, it'll be a very tough assignment for Luke Plapp to take Narvaez with him to the line, because Narvaez is really speedy. And look in the background, it's sort of one-out accelerations, riders trying to get across, but quite a large group that's come back together. So Plapp and Narvaez, they've got themselves about a 10-second gap. Alpecin de Koenig trying to keep things moving. The team of Cofidis coming through as well. One of Luke Plapp's teammates, in fact, they're at the front now in Simon Yates, just blocking things, and now Del Toro, along with Finn Fisher-Black, they make the acceleration.
We could see over the top when Plapp and Narvaez crested, there were a few counter-attacks coming from the peloton, but it looks like they're starting to regroup. We expect some of those teams hunting for today's stage. Corbin Strong with the Israel Premier Tech team, that he'll rally his guys around him.
The race is flying and James Tobin is roadside. JT.
Keno, you have joined us at exactly the right moment. We can see them through the trees here, these beautiful orchards at Lenswood. We can see Plappy has just come to the front there. Narvaez, they were together at Ineos. Plappy has come back to Jayco Alula. Look at the strain on their faces as they go through. Plappy still in the front. Hopefully he can drop Narvaez before they get to the end. We are moving off the course here as some of the riders are in the gravel from Ineos there. Wow, can Plappy stay in front now? Back to you guys.
Stay safe, Jamie. How about those apples? Out in front, it is Plapp, Narvaez in discussion. Let's head back to the commentators.
No, it is a no, don't go. So sit up. Now a counter-attack by Chris Harper. He's followed by Tesfatsion. So they're caught, Narvaez and Plapp now. That's Harper, number 16 on the front. Tesfatsion, but another regrouping behind. So everything coming back together. And what the sprinters have been slightly distance need now is a pause in the action. Just let them catch back up. Now, this is a very large group, and I'm sure Girmay and Corbin Strong are both certainly still here.
Well, this is exactly what we thought would happen, but that was a poor combination in fact, for Luke Plapp. He had the big danger man going with him, and there's still a lot of riders. There he is moving again up on the outside. Not superstitious with the number 13 on his back, Luke Plapp.
No, you make your own luck. Caleb Ewan is still there. Number 11 in the middle. So Caleb Ewan has got himself over, stayed in touch.
Yeah.
And it's just now a matter of finding which other sprinters are still in the group. Looking for the 22 of Phil Bauhaus. Is he still there? We thought we saw Strong and both him and Biniam Gourmet in the bunch still. So the fact that, this team is riding on the front, Israel Premier Tech, would suggest that absolutely Corbin Strong is there and feeling strong.
And this is a big front peloton which is now regrouped here. Certainly not all of the field, but everybody that matters is here right now. Sadly to say that the Oka jersey is in a group of about 10 riders and is behind the race by about 15 seconds. It's not impossible to cross that gap for Sam Welsford.
Not impossible, but very difficult when you've got Derek G riding on the front. You've also got Simon Clark in second wheel. Counter attack now going up the on the right of picture. And Quinn Simmons as well, the American champion, Stars and Stripes, coming up and over the top of that on this rise. So Simmons now striking. He's done this before. Last year in South America, he took off within the last 3 kilometres and he held off the sprinting peloton behind him. So this is the perfect type of effort for the American champion. He's with one of the riders from Decathlon AG2R.
This is a great move by Quinn Simmons here. The Stars and Stripes flying proudly in South Australia. He's been on the attack yesterday. Today he's doing it in a much more sensible place, just 4 kilometres from the finish for Quinn Simmons, but he needs a little bit of help here.
Needs absolute cooperation between these two if they're going to hold off the bunch, but that is a massive move by these two. Simmons up and over the top of his fellow breakaway rider. Looks like it could be the number 47 of Bastien Tranchant. It is. So these two, they've got a really workable gap inside 4 kilometres to go. What's happening behind? The chase is still intact. Israel Premier Tech will still be leading things, trying to set up Corbin Strong. This is the chase group with the Oka jersey, Sam Welsford. Well, they are some 12 or 15 seconds behind the back of the peloton.
And he's always been at the tail there. And that's the 3rd group on the road too. So I don't think he's going to cross it in 3.5 kilometres now.
That was Fisher Black going again at the head of the peloton, trying to keep things moving, get these two back under control. But
this could be a great
gap opening.
This could be an open one here. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, I think this is going to be an exciting finale. It is that we are seeing those pinches that we talked about earlier, but it is a really fast run into the finish. I think once they hit those open roads, the peloton will close this gap and we'll see a sprint.
And now
Alaphilippe doesn't agree.
So there's no shortage of riders trying to make accelerations. There's the lead too, top left of picture. It's Quinn Simmons and Bastien Tranchant. So another Frenchman, not to be outdone, as Alaphilippe made an acceleration of his own, but he's been soaked back into the peloton. Here comes another move on the left from Intermarché, one of the teammates of Biniam Gourmet, and that's Zimmerman, the man who was off the front yesterday. So just trying to keep the pace going so they can catch these two and try and set up his teammate Gourmet.
And every little attack ruins the cohesion in the chase group. They really need to work together. We're not seeing teams clump together. People are still recovering from that Fox Creek climb.
Tranchant setting the pace now, the Frenchman. The colours you may not recognise because after years and years having brown shorts, they've changed to black this season, and the colours also have changed to blue at the top. And what a result that would be for them. Quinn Simmons, champion of the USA. Last year he showed he got great form in January when he won a stage of the Tour of San Juan, which is in South America, and now he's decided to go to South Australia instead. He looks pretty good condition. This is a move that might shock the peloton.
He's looking really strong. 5 seconds is the approximate gap between these two and the chasers, and there's a little bit more organisation coming into it now. Israel Premier Tech again at the front, but it's one of Tranchant's teammates sitting in second position on the radio there, just calling through. I'm sitting in the wheel. I'm trying to block as best I can. That's Bon Amour. Julien Alaphilippe still up there as well. There's Corbin Strong, number 66, in about 5th wheel. Gourmet also now coming to the front.
Well, there's a bit of a reaction coming now. At 1.4 kilometres, the chase is on. Simmons is trying desperately to hold on to get over this little hill here and run down towards the turn and into the finish, but the peloton are still there, but they're not back yet.
1 kilometre to go, and now the big acceleration. One of the teammates of Corbin Strong from Israel Premier Tech, Astana, Kazakhstan. Counter-attack now by Isaac Del Toro, number 7. Been active all day, and now he goes across, up and over the top, and it's Del Toro who's now reaching out for the victory.
And he was riding at the back not long ago. That was actually Nick Schultz there who was trying to close it down, but this is a great attack. One would call this a cheeky move, desperate one, because there's a man who can sprint. He's a rider you say has a great future, Robbie, and this could be a move.
Well, this could be the winning move. He's coming up to the final left-hand bend, and hesitation behind. So Del Toro, he'll be loving this.
And he's
They're
on
leaving
top
it
of the
too late.
handlebars. He's not even on the hook still. He's riding on the handlebars on the top.
Caleb Ewan is in amongst there as well, but is it too little too late inside the final 100 metres?
Well, as they come now, they build up the sprint behind. And Caleb Ewan is not in on this one, as it is Israel. Oh, he's done it right on the line. Can you believe an opportunist win like that? And he was sat with Caleb Ewan at the back, about 5 or 6 kilometres to go, and was showing no interest in the race.
Yeah, and then he rode himself back to the front. When Luke Plapp and Narvaez were away, he was one of the men who was aiding in the chase with Fisher Black, his teammate. And then when it came to that final pinch with the 2 leaders of Simmons and Tronchon in sight, then Del Toro, he went like a bull at a gate, up and over the top, and just got that little bit of freedom, the tiny hesitation behind from the chase, and it was enough. Corbin Strong led them home in the sprint, but Del Toro, he's been active all day. Remember him pushing Caleb in that sprint, in the intermediate sprint early on today. Well, he saved his best till last, and he's the stage winner.
Let's hear from him, 20 years of age.